Hello, Melinda Way here with more godly talk. Today I want to talk about communication. Communication is key in any relationship. I don't care if it's your mama, your child, your boss, your neighbor, or God. Communication really is how we can make our lives go a lot smoother. So, for instance, if someone who you work with, you're around every day, is doing something that bothers you unconsciously, and you don't tell them, how do they know to stop, right? And then, obviously there's the circumstances where you communicate to them and they don't stop. I mean, that's kind of a big sign right there. They don't respect you, right? So communication does a lot of things. It not only lets us know what's going on with us and other people around us, but it can tell us other things too, and if we effectively communicate, it will make our lives a lot easier. So I would just like to read a few verses that I found were helpful for me. The first verse is James 1:19. Know this, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. So listen to people when they talk, and don't just throw something out right off the bat. Think about what they just told you. Try to understand what they just told you. And don't get mad right away when you hear something. Don't be quick to be offended. Let me tell you, the quicker you are to be offended, the more your struggles you're going to have. Because they may be talking about something not related to you at all, and you get upset about it. Why should you get upset about something when you don't even know if they're really talking about you? Why don't you investigate that further by talking to that person? Wouldn't that help? Wouldn't that solve so many problems? Not only that, but there'd be a lot less arguing going around. All right, next verse. Colossians 4:6. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer each person. That just goes into what I said, when you take the time to think about what somebody just told you, you know the better way to answer instead of just saying whatever or thinking about what you're going to say before the person's even done talking. You're not listening if you're doing that. That's not effectively communicating. Okay? The next one that I have is Proverbs 18:13. If one gives an answer before he hears, it is folly. It is his folly and shame. So that's like what I was just saying. If you give an answer before somebody's even done talking, you're not listening to them to begin with. All right, so that just makes you look kind of rude, okay? Next, Proverbs 18:2. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his own opinions. So it's basically saying somebody who's a fool is only going to care about what they got to say and doesn't care to understand what the other person's trying to communicate to them. And if you really care about somebody, then you will take the time to understand what they're saying to you. It's not all about you, okay? And we should all care about each other, shouldn't we? Next. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. So, we are all a part of the divine creation, okay? We all have God's DNA in us. He spoke this world into existence. We have the same power. So, if we love what we say, and we say good things, then we will reap the reward, not only just here on earth, but in heaven too. The last one that I have for you today is Proverbs 10:19. When words are many, transgression is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent. I needed to look up a couple of definitions on this one, okay? I'm not the only one. So, I'm going to tell you the definition of transgression. Transgression is an act that goes against the law, rule, or code of conduct. It is an offense. Some similar words to transgression is offense, crime, sin, or just wrong. Prudent. Prudence definition is acting with or showing care and thought for the future. Some similar words are wise, well judged. So let's read that one again. Proverbs 10:19. When words are many, transgressions, which are an offense, transgressions is not lacking. But whoever restrains his lips is prudent. So if you're constantly talking, okay, and you're not thinking about what you're saying, you're going to offend a lot of people, in other words, okay? You're going to offend a lot of people if you just keep running your mouth, basically. And some of those who restrain, in other words, when your mama said, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. This is being prudent. So, I guess what I'm saying here to everyone is communicate well with those around you, and life will be much, much smoother. I love you all. I hope that this helped some people. Peace be with you.